Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for your wonderful contributions and insights during the week one. First of all, I would like to announce that the first place for best presentations ever goes to Group 5, followed by Group 4, and then the very honorific third place goes to Group number 3. Thank you so much. I'm going to organize the summary using your ideas and also the categories proposed by Jose in his own summary regarding learning related to the content, learning related to the methodology, and also the group work. I would like to start with this view that George has about how historically supervision and evaluation have been perceived as a negative process affecting teachers all over the country. I think we need to change that. Jorge also reflects about the importance of both processes. He thinks that they relate dialogically, and whatever changes are made on supervision and evaluation also affect learning. So at the end of the day, many benefits will appear, he says. Umberto points out the collaborative nature of learning during supervision and evaluation. And Luis, on his side, reports having realized that supervision could be a very meaningful process in which you can learn from your mistakes and grow as a professional. And I think that's vital from everyone, for everyone here. Fabiola, in her contest of Formadora de Normalistas, reports that the categories of teacher reflection that are developed through self-examining questions are very important in moving teachers from thought to action or practice, which is very important in her context, and I think in everyone's. Also, Mauricio reports, among many things he's learned in the week, the difference in the dimensions that separate evaluation from supervision. He says that purposes, rationales, and scope, as well as relationships established with the teacher, differentiate these two processes, along with observation procedures, the nature of the expertise that is required, and the perspective of the teacher about it. Juan Carlos considers that teacher supervision and teacher evaluation, as well as the issues related to those two processes, are vital for enhancing the teaching and learning processes, and I think we all agree with that. Melissa says that she has learned that evaluation establishes some rights to enjoy association in a given school community, and she says that supervision helps teachers to exercise the responsibility to promote continuing growth in a particular community and in the profession of teaching as a whole. Luz Kelly highlights the importance of conceiving the school as a professional community of learning, and that all participants must be involved and committed to the process for the purpose of improving a student's learning. Some of you have reported changes, some of you haven't. Luzmi, for example, says, and Karen says that they have increased their understanding of what is supervision and evaluation. And Luisa says that she has expanded the very limited view she had of those two processes. Marla, on the other hand, has reaffirmed what she felt she already knew about those two processes, and she says that her initial ideas were not that far from what authors said. Jesus realized that supervision and evaluation should matter to him, and I think they should matter to everyone, because at the end they have a positive effect on everyone's practice, as he reports. And he says that when he has the chance to supervise or assess of the teachers, he will have some relevant tool to perform this task. And I think we are all, people who are doing the masters, are called to take these roles of supervisors in their school communities. Joan is now in favor of teacher evaluation and supervision, and he said we should not neglect them. On the contrary, we ought to support these procedures. Supervision and evaluation, he says, may differ in some aspects, but they are complementary in nature. And then at the end of the day, both processes aim at better teaching and learning quality. This Netta says that finally she can say to her colleagues, don't be afraid of supervision. Just take advantage of them. In the category related to group work, Carlos emphasizes the gains from group work. And also he is very enthusiastic about this idea that he found that, or interesting idea, no other profession works with so many clients at the same time as we teachers do. I think we all agree with that. Carmen comments on how she and her group face the challenge of engaging and surviving the virtual environment, and how they manage to communicate and find the time to organize and finish their assignment. And the team share different ideas and points of view over the readings, and that has given her the chance to gain more knowledge and learn new information. Giselle also said that she values what they have shared in terms of ideas and the learning from the others. Sulai also reports, and she says, bearing in mind group work, I can mention that we have learned from each other's ideas, from each other's doubts, and from each other's knowledge. Angie also refers to this group learning as very beneficial. Belkis, on a slightly different issue, makes a call to consider supervision and evaluation cycles as different from the practices that are currently happening in our country. She says that normally people seem to use supervision and evaluation to judge others and not to promote their professional growth. And I think that's very important. It's very sad that it happens. Cedalene also points out that although pessimistic, she feels that the system that we have in our schools and communities now is corrupted. So this is a very strong reason for changing, for learning about how to do these processes better, and to actively participate and try to change our reality in our context. Eduardo highlights the role of reflection, and he says that reflection is a core element of evaluation and supervision, and that we need to improve our daily practice, and reflection is the issue that offers us this opportunity. But at the end, I think it's ourselves and our students who will benefit from these processes. Juranis reports this learning as well as Brainer, who was somehow surprised, and says that it really caught his attention that student learning quality is the primary purpose of this complex system for teachers' supervision. As Migdo says, the final results of this process will reflect on teachers' performance and students' learning processes. Cesar has identified differences and similarities between supervision and evaluation, and now he says he has a clear view of each one. And he's thinking about his contest and how he can implement the learning from this week on it in order to transform it and improve it. As regards methodology, Ramon was very enthusiastic about the nature of the online activities, and he thinks that they may be useful to apply in his own context in order to develop autonomous and cooperative learning in students in the public education system. And he's very aware how technology and methodology may improve the learning processes altogether. Jose and Eduardo found that the 3-2-1 posting strategy was very interesting and are planning to exploit it, use it further in their own teaching. I think we've learned a lot from this week, so my invitation is for you to keep reading, reflecting, participating in the group activities, and I'll see you all in the week 2 forum.